Alright, hello everybody. Looks like... Yep, there we go, it switched over, good. This is Moxie, casting today. This is the Noobs of the Ancient Winter Tournament. This game is Dingos of Cedar versus Team Snackers. And should be a good game today, looking forward to it. We're gonna see right away that the OD and the Invoker are getting banned here. I would imagine that they would ban the Death Prophet as well, as she's been a really strong, yep, there it is, very strong in the mid lane. Those are the three power mids currently that seem to get banned almost every single game, and they definitely don't want Snackers to get away with drafting that DP, as Die High plays a pretty nasty DP mid. So now we're going to see the Ember Spirit getting banned out. I'm interested to see if they're going to pick up an Undying on either side of the team, just because he seems to be a fairly common pick and is very strong currently in the meta. And we're going to see the Vengeful Spirit pick up here. One of my favorite supports. Very, very good as Initiator. It's got a nice hard stun, the Wave of Terror, of course, great for pushing with the Vengeance Aura. I do like her as a position 4, as I've mentioned in the past, just because if you can get a little farm on her, get her an Aether Lens, that level 1 swap becomes a really nice initiation or a really great save. As most of you know, if you play Vengeful Spirit, level 1 swap is terrible. You pretty much have to be standing directly next to your swapping target. So that Aether Lens has been a really nice buff to her. And on Team Snackers today, we are missing Civ. It looks like we've got Press the Pig instead standing in for him today. We're gonna see the Quap picked up right away. We know that that's one of Die High's favorite mids to play. Does a lot of damage with her. Interesting that they would pick her up first, but maybe they're worried about it getting banned out. Now, normally I would say that one of the next pickups would probably be like an Ogre Magi for Civ, but since Civ is out and I don't know what Press the Pig plays, I'm not sure what they're going to go for in terms of support.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
And it looks like they're going to pick up a Slardar right away. That'll be really good because he's a very strong offlaner. He does have that amplify damage, which is absolutely devastating, especially early in the game if you get some decent damage out. And then that also denies them of getting the Slardar over on Dingos of Cedar, where the Vengeful Spirit and the Slardar negative armor combo comes into play. Tidehunter pickup. This has been a hero I have not seen a whole lot of play in the NotA Winter. I like it though. I think they're going for a team fight. I'll be interested to see if they're going to go for something like a Darkseer in the off lane and like a Gyrocopter, kind of doing a big AoE wombo combo strat. Another great initiator though, over here on Dingos of Cedar.
Reserve time.
So now they need to think about what they want to ban in terms of a hard carry and supports, considering that Snackers already has the Queen of Pain for the mid, and Slardar will most likely be in the off lane. So they don't want to see any push here. They're going to take out the Phantom Lancer. And now Dingos of Cedar, they've got one support, one offlaner here. Then they have to decide what they want to do now for their mid and their hard carry, and of course one other support. Do they ban out someone like an Ancient Apparition, just in case, you know, the Tidehunter goes for that big AoE ult and they want to sort of take away any sort of healing?
Reserve time.
Maybe they want to ban out the Gyrocopter too. Gyro's seen a lot of play in this tournament. I wish I had a stats guy with me today. They could let me know exactly how many times Gyrocopter's been picked in this current patch, but he's been a very big favorite. They are going to ban out the AA. I think that's a really good call there. I'm not sure what they're going to want to ban over here in Dingos of Cedar. Maybe the Gyrocopter, or
seconds
The
remaining.
Juggernaut's been getting a lot of play lately too. I'm not sure if Juggernaut's one of Vanadium's top heroes. They're saying they're gonna get rid of the Alk. I don't think they would have gone Alchemist just because they already have Die High on mid, and I feel like Alk is better as a mid, but you know, I could be totally wrong here, and they could try to put Alchemist, put the Vanadium on Alchemist over in the safe lane. Also, keep in mind, we have seen Money Mike play Jungle Alchemist, which did not go well at all.
5 seconds remaining.
Pretty great game, though. You can find that in some of my VODs.
Reserve
If you go
time.
into the video page, I think it's under... It's the latest Silence is Cold Team game. You can see Money Mike playing that Jungle Alchemist and still managing to get a Radiance and getting an Ags and giving it to Luna, so... You know, new meta. And the Gyrocopter is actually going to get banned out here by Snackers. I think they're thinking that they're going to go with like the Tidehunter ulti with the Gyrocopter call down. That could be pretty obnoxious. And now that the AA is banned out, they can go with the Dazzle, which again is absolutely great. Dazzle's a fantastic position 5. Really allows them to do more pushing with the healing. It has a lot of harass with the Poison Touch that's just been recently buffed. And then of course he's got that Weave, which will work very well with Slardar's debuff there with the negative armor.
Seconds remaining.
They might want to consider picking up a Darkseer here.
Remaining.
Just in terms of going along with the Tidehunter ulti.
Reserve time.
And that will also discourage Snackers from picking a melee carry. And they're gonna grab the Ogre Magi here. Lots of stuns coming out over for Team Dingos of Cedar. Have to ask them where they got their name from and why it's Dingos of Cedar at some point. So now do we see the other support picked up here, or are they gonna go for maybe the hard carry?
Remaining.
I might consider going for the hard carry, going for a Jug or a Sven. Lots of AoE then, which would be nice, especially if they start to clump up. Plus you have the Quap ulti, which is an AoE as well.
Time.
Lion.
And they're gonna go for the Lion here, which is really good single target lockdown, especially with the Earth Spike and the Hex. Plus the fact he's got a pretty decent nuke. And they're keeping their cards pretty close to their chest here for their hard carry. I'm thinking it's gonna be between a Jug or a Sven. Unless they decide to go for like an AM. But I'm not sure. Okay, there's the sniper here.
Radiant team bad.
A Blink Sven could be really good against Sniper. And the Viper's gonna get banned out there. That's a good choice.
Dire team bad.
Viper is pretty much cancer and causes lots of opponents in lane a lot of trouble there. I am a jerk who likes to pick Sniper. Or not Sniper, I'm sorry, Viper. So,
10 seconds remaining.
definitely a good ban there.
5 seconds remaining.
And the Spectre's gonna get banned out here. Interesting.
Radiant team pick.
I'm not sure if you want to go that late, honestly. If I'm Team Snackers, if I would go with a Spectre. I mean, Jug would be good here still. I do like Sven. I don't know. It's between that or an AM, I think. Those three are an AM. There's the anti-mage. Alright.
Dire team pick.
So now I'm interested too if Snackers are going to try to go for a duel, like a 2-1-2 laning, because generally when Civ is in their team, they tend to go 2-1-2, but They do have a Slardar, so I'm not sure if they're gonna go for that, if they might just go for a tri-lane, protect the anti-mage, and constantly stack and pull for him.
Seconds remaining.
Now what does
5
Dingos of
seconds
Cedar go
remaining.
for here for the mid? Do they go a Wind Ranger maybe?
Reserve time.
I feel like maybe a Wind Ranger could be pretty good here. I would not recommend going with Alina. I mean, Razor's still in the pool, but not super keen on the Razor pickup here if they decide to go with that. And it looks like they're not quite sure what they want to go with either here. And they're starting to count down here. Got 17. There we go. They're gonna go with the Medusa. That's an interesting choice considering that anti-mage blows up Medusa. But hey, you know, maybe it'll work. Maybe they'll make enough space when they'll shut down the anti-mage hard enough where Medusa will get a lead and just carry her butt off. Alright, so we're into the game. We've already lost someone due to a disconnection issue. For those of you just joining, this is the NotA Winter Tournament. I am your caster, Moxie. I'm solo casting today. This is the Dingos of Cedar. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I said that backwards. Dingos of Cedar versus Team Snackers. Why don't we introduce the Dire over here? We've got the Dingos of Cedar. We've got Tom Zero going to be playing that Sniper. Darkling Thresh is going to be playing Tidehunter. Yours truly will be playing Vengeful Spirit. Yellow Mellow Jello will be playing the Medusa. And Somewhat Sensible will be playing that Ogre Magi. And they have a donkey for courier. Nice. Over here on Team Snackers, we've got DX Penguin who will be running the Slardar. We've got Press the Pig who will be playing Lion. Die will be playing our Queen of Pain. Diaspora will be playing the Dazzle. And bottom, Vanadium will be playing the Hard Carry Anti-Mage. And they've got a little puppy for courier. That's pretty adorable. Apparently they're saying to commend. Oh my goodness. Very nice effigies over here. It doesn't look like the Dire. Dire has one over here. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so we're gonna see some movement going on over here for top rune. Is this a sniper mid? Or are they gonna send Medusa mid?
30 seconds to battle.
Bot lane Tidehunter is looking for that rune. I don't think he's gonna be able to get it though. They've got the Dazzle and they've got the AM waiting for it. And it looks like Medusa's safe laning. Yeah, so they're gonna send the sniper mid against the Quap. I guess they're hoping that the outranging will work out, but Quap can close the distance very easily. And Tom Zero's actually gonna secure that rune, get up into the pop shot. Bottom, Tidehunter actually went for the rune and was able to get it. Excuse me. And we're seeing everybody just go back into the respective lanes. It looks like it's going to be a tri-lane versus a duo lane top here. The matchup will be Sniper versus Queen of Pain over here, and bottom will be the solo Tidehunter versus Diaspora and Vanadium. And we're already seeing them take a fair amount of harass down here. Somewhat Sensible and yours truly. Oh man, they wrote that like really weird. I'm gonna have trouble remembering that. Doing a really great job trying to phase them out. And of course, Ogre is just so tanky at this point. With that massive amount of regen, it's gonna be really hard for them to get close if they're being this aggressive. Mid lane looks like they're both level 2. Both pretty much even with the last hits and denies. And bottom lane, Tidehunter's doing a great job of just coming forward, being a nuisance. And it's interesting that Diaspar has actually taken the Poison Touch level 1 to do a lot of harass onto him. Looks like they got some movement top. And it looks like Somewhat Sensible will be pulling for them. And he's gonna try to do a pull through here. Oh, and he's gonna miss it just a little bit. That's a tricky thing. Oh, we're gonna get a stun coming out from Yours Truly. Yours Truly in a little bit of trouble here. But here comes the Ogre to save the day. He's gonna be able to save Yours Truly. Recipe kinda low. And they do salvo. Meanwhile in mid, Dahai's got enough for his bottle at this point. And it looks like Sniper's going to be bypassing the bottle. It's going to be going into the Wraith Band Aquila build. Oh, that stun just missing. And Ogre Magi still sitting at level 1. Needs to probably get some levels on him. Bottle's coming out right now for Dahai. Should be able to go get that Invis rune if he goes top. I don't think they have wards over here though on the map for him to find out about runes. And Sniper has already pointed out that he sees an Invis rune. He's gonna go grab it. Does have pretty much everything for— oh, he's gonna deny it. Interesting. He does have enough for an Aquila. And it's sitting in his stash right now, so. I'm waiting for that Tidehunter though to finish up with the courier. And what does Tidehunter have coming to him? He's got Headdress. Okay. They're gonna notice that they're doing the pull through over here. Press the pig. They're gonna try to take advantage of this. Although that one creep, oh my gosh, the Hellbear Smasher just eradicated all of the creeps. So we're seeing that Sniper's leading in CS just a little bit against Dahai. Dahai's trying his best to throw out a lot of harass, throwing out the Shadow Strike. Just to get Sniper to kind of burn through a lot of his regen, because he does not have a bottle, although Dahai himself, having a little bit of trouble here, has run through all of his bottle charges, is going to be going bottom. Hopefully can grab that bounty rune before it switches over to the next rune at 4 minutes. And he is going to be able to secure it, bottle up, and then take advantage of the next rune that comes forward. They're going on Tidehunter bottom. Tidehunter is totally out of mana here. Does have that mango, but isn't gonna pop at this moment. And Pop's gonna make her way back mid. Does have an arcane rune sitting at level 5, and Tom Zero's gonna go top, grab the bounty rune, and he's gonna hit level 6. Just a little bit before the Quap. Not by much though. It's about 4 minutes in. We have not seen First Blood yet. I'm still not sure. I feel like once Quap hits 6, she might be able to go and just take out Sniper. Because Tidehunter's quite tanky down here. He is out of mana though. And Vanadium is farming quite well considering he's sitting at 25 and 2. Which is right now the top of the last hits and deny chart. Medusa does have the Wraith Band, so it looks like she's going to be going for an Aquila first. And Dahai has hit level 6 at this point. I think he's going to want to try to put a little bit more harass onto Tom Zero if he's going to try to go on him. Although he could go to another lane and try to get a gank going. There comes the Quap ulti. Tom Zero is in trouble. Here comes a Shadow Strike. That's going to clean up Tom Zero. Yep. Oh my gosh! That scream, it misses! There he is. And Quap is going to do First Blood onto the Sniper here. Nice kill for Quap, who's gonna go bottom. We'll be able to secure a rune in a couple seconds here if she likes. Gonna come down here and just hang out, I guess. Do a little jungling while she waits for that rune to pop up. And you're seeing some pings come out. I think they're wondering if there's some sort of a ward there. I don't know. And there is going to be a haste rune available to Quap down here. Very nice. Pretty lucky. Top lane, a lot of right clicks going back and forth, and the sniper's looking for a gank. Wants to go and press the pig. Press the pig! Oh, he's going to be dead here, but is the Medusa dead as well? The stun's going to come out. And Daihai has popped his haste. Gonna go after the Medusa. Knows that Medusa is very low. Gonna get stunned up though. Still running through here. Oh my goodness, trying to go for the career! And he's gonna fall. Tom Zero securing himself a double kill top. Nice try coming out from Daihai, but just too many stuns going on here. Also, that Mystic Snake is just so strong. Meanwhile, in bot lane, Anti-Mage is almost gonna hit his 6. Tidehunter has secured his 6 as well. Does not have mana boots though yet, and is suffering from the fact that he's got pretty much no mana. Does have that mango just in case. Still trying to put a lot of harass onto the Anti-Mage. Nuke coming out here. They're just kind of trading last hits. And Vanadium just wants to go back to farming, it looks like. Doesn't really want to worry about getting a kill. Diaspora has placed a forward lane ward here. Just to give him good vision in case he decides to play back a ways. And we do see the 6 coming out on AM. Oh, Tom Zero! Having a little bit of trouble now that this Clop has hit her 6 and is feeling pretty ballsy. Meanwhile, on top, Slider is sitting at level 3 here, as is Press the Pig. And Medusa's sitting at level 6, so she does have the full Stone Gaze available. Is going to be going for phase boots. Is having all of that brought to her right now in the courier too. Yours truly moving around, looking for that 8-minute rune. It's gonna run into Press the Pig. And Press the Pig is going to be able to grab the bounty rune and then just throws out that stun, just warning him to stay away. Meanwhile, bottom, Quap has an illusion rune. Sniper is bottom though as well. And they are gonna see him, they are gonna ping it out. We're gonna see a TP come bottom right now. They're trying to go on Anti-Mage. He's blinking around. Quap's coming forward. Quap has her Sonic. Yep, gonna use the Sonic Wave. Running just a little bit low on mana here. One more right click or so. Oh, and we're gonna use the Mana Void and clean up. AM now salving up. Does have the Perseverance. Is going towards his Battle Fury. Pretty good timing here. Quap's gonna go ahead and oh no, he's gonna cancel on it. Was gonna try to use the Assassination on her. They're gonna smoke with all those illusions. And maybe go on this Vengeful. And Venge really has no idea what's coming for her. Line's gonna come right forward here. Immediately gonna get hit by the Quap. Press the Pig just a little bit too slow. Is he gonna be able to hit the stun? There's the stun out. Nicely connecting. Not. Oh, the stun's gonna come out here though. They do have Ravage. Ravage is gonna come forward. Diaspora is in a little bit of trouble here. Does have Shallow Grave and he needs to shallow himself, and he's gonna TP himself out. Nicely played coming out from the Dazzle. Nice rotations coming out here. They did use Ravage, unfortunately did not get a kill with it. And it looks like we've got quite a bit of gold sitting over here on the Quap, wondering if she's going to be going straight Ags first. Forward lane ward here over in the top. DX Penguin is level 5 now. Catching up to the Medusa. Medusa's sitting at level 6, of course, almost level 7. Mystic Snake, what a pain in the butt spell. And interesting that Tidehunter's opting to go for a headdress first instead of, you know, going straight blink. And they are going to go and try to get this 10-minute rune. Looks like Tidehunter's going to be able to get it top. But he's hoping it's a regen rune. And he gets an invis, but unfortunately he has, like, no mana to do anything with that. And then Summon Sensible is going to be able to secure the bottom rune. So poor Daihai does have a full bottle, though. Not a big deal. And Sniper is just playing back. Interesting that Sniper has now rotated to the bot lane and is just kind of sitting there instead of going back mid. And Tidehunter, again, he does have that invis, does not actually have Gush, only has the Anchor Smash available in terms of mana. He's just kind of scouting out. And we're going to see Venge start to move her way top too. Here comes the Sniper as well. Sniper moving forward. And they're all going to back off, so I'm not sure that was really worth it for the Sniper to come top, as he is going to be taking Medusa's farm. Meanwhile, bot lane, Anti-Mage is doing pretty good with his farming. He has his Perseverance, he's got the broadsword, and of course that Quelling Blade, very important. Should be on his way to a Battle Fury very, very shortly. Meanwhile, in mid, it looks like... So Daihai spent his money. What did he go in to get? Oh, Vengeful Spirit's trying to come forward here. Quap is a hard target to pin down, though, just because she does have that blink. And they're just leaving Vanadium alone. This seems to happen a lot in Snackers games. They tend to just leave the not the anti-mage, but Vanadium in general just alone. They're good at making pretty good space as well for him. And he is gonna see Ogre disjoin it. Gonna move back to, there is the Tidehunter. Tidehunter does have Ravage, does have enough mana available for that as well. Here's Truly looks like she'll be going for a Medallion first. And Press the Pig! Oh, Press the Pig! Feeling a little ballsy. Gonna be able to secure himself a double damage rune and then just run away. That would have been nice to see on the Quap. And is holding on to a Smoked Seed over here on the Lion as well. So we know that they have 3 mid. And they should know that there's 3 mid here. So do they try to go on the Medusa? Medusa does have her ultimate though. It will make it very difficult to actually... Yeah, they are gonna try to do this. Not with the smoke, but they're gonna go right for her. See if they can bait out that ultimate. Ultimate does have a pretty low cooldown though. And Press the Pig just running straight up with his face. He's pretty excited. Diaspora as well. Trying to get in position here. Meanwhile, there's 3 mid. Pop does have her ultimate up. And it looks like we're gonna see Somewhat Sensible moving off. Going back top to help Medusa out since they have rotated quite a few people here to cause problems. And it looks like the Vengeful Spirit will be headed that way too. Sniper getting a couple pop shots off on this Queen of Pain here. Looks like we're going to see a skirmish top. There's going to be the stun coming out on the Medusa. They're mana draining her. Doesn't do quite enough. They don't realize that they have this forward lane ward here. Look at how much Mystic Snake does for damage. Oh my gosh, we're Press the Pig. So we're back to 3v3 top. Looks like Daihai's headed back home. Gonna refill his bottle here. And he is gonna pick up the Ogre Club. Anti-Mage has the completed Battle Fury. It is getting sent out to him right now. Oh, and Daihai. He's going on Tom Zero here. He's gonna use the Sonic Wave, and he does have stick charges though! Not gonna quite be enough damage to do a full kill here on Sniper. Gonna be enough to really injure him, but... And he has switched over to the strength threads just because he knew that that was going to be a bit of a close call. And there is an Invis rune down here too, so I'm wondering if she's going to want to go on the Tidehunter and maybe bait out the Ravage. Moving back mid though instead. And Slardar has just eaten his mango. See the Vengeful Spirit coming forward here. Is only level 1 with the swap, so probably not going to do any initiating, although we are seeing Tidehunter move over here. And it looks like he's going mech first. Interesting. There's going to be the swap over onto the Slardar. Stun's coming out as well. Yours truly, though, might be in a little bit of trouble. DX Penguin Man, Shallow Grave coming out, Ravage coming out too. Diaspora is, or not Diaspora, Daihai is invis here, does not have the ultimate used it already. Going to be able to clean up. And then just blink herself away. So that's like everyone mid, and again, Vanadium just doing whatever he wants. They are going to seek a couple kills here though, and Daihai slowing down, does have blink available. Is going to blink herself onto this cliff. Uses stick charges, and oh no! They can still see her, and that's going to be a dead Quap here. Vanadium, meanwhile, Battle Fury completed. Is going to go top because he knows that everyone's bottom and just keep farming. That was unfortunate that the Quap actually got stuck on the cliff. This Slardar set is like intense. Oh my goodness.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
And Medusa sitting on a lot of gold here.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Is she gonna be going just... Is she going Lincoln's first? Oh dear. I'm gonna hope that we're not going Naked Radiate. rapier here. But that is a demon edge, so I don't know, maybe an MKB or Daedalus, or I don't know, that's looking like a rapier though. Only time will tell. Meanwhile, Diaspora is gonna find that ward over there, be able to take it out, and point out that there's an arcane rune available to the Quap if she would like it. Meanwhile, it looks like Sniper's gonna be going first item Desolator. He's got the Mithril Hammer, and he's got a Town Portal Soul in stash currently. And the Dazzle's gonna take the Arcane Rune. I think Daihai would have liked that considering he's sitting on an empty bottle, and it's really good on him. And the game is going to pause for a minute. No explanation for the pause either. Not sure why DX Penguin did that. Maybe he hit it by mistake. And Daihai does have enough now if he would like to go for a point booster. And Tidehunter is getting close to complete. It looks like he might have that. Yeah, he's got the mechanism now, so I'm guessing now he's going to be wanting to go for that Blink Dagger for those initiations. Does not have enough mana to use Ravage currently either. So if they decide to go on him, which it looks like they're thinking about, although it looks like AM's just gonna go ahead and grab himself a Town Portal Scroll. And they're gonna be pushing this top, so they might as well just trade towers at this point. It looks like that's exactly what they're gonna do. We're gonna see Stackers push bottom tower, while Dingos are gonna be pushing top here. And Vename's gonna get the last hit. And it looks like Vengeful Spirit got top hit as well. Seeing the Medallion of Courage, Blades. Okay, she's gonna be going phase boots on the Vengeful Spirit. And they're gonna try to circle AM, but he's gonna be able to just TP out, no problem. They don't have any stuns available to cancel that. And he does have his Yasha now. So we'll be going into a man's build very shortly. Meanwhile, Slardar, busy trying to get that Blink Dagger. And there is a bounty rune available top 4. Oh no, he's actually going to be going for a BKB first. Okay, so Daihai's going to be grabbing that BKB. I'm not sure, I'm not used to seeing a Quap go BKB first item. But I suppose it makes sense considering you've got, you know, 3 different stuns here, plus the fact you've also got the, well, technically 2 stuns and then plus the Ravage here. Let's see, what has Medusa gone for? It looks like Medusa's going for a Rapier. Yellow, Mellow. Have they been watching hot singles in your area, strats? Also, has anyone checked Medusa's inventory in a while over here on Team Snackers? Do they have any idea? And DX Penguin's getting very, very close to that blink. They do have, okay, Lion has hit 6 at this point. They do have 2 smokes on both of their supports here. Somewhat sensible. Looks like he's gonna be going maybe a Force Staff, could be. Could be an Ags though too. Medusa, look at all this gold. Daihai's getting very close to that BKB that he's been working on. They're gonna point out that Somewhat Sensible's coming forward, so they'll know that they've been warding. And I think Dazzle has the, yeah, Dazzle's immediately gonna de-ward it, and we might actually see a fight down here. Nope, it looks like everyone's gonna back off over on, Dingos of Cedar. We do have the Desolator completed on Sniper now as well. Should probably turn on his Aquila at some point when they go back to pushing. Meanwhile, bot lane, doing some more pushing. Looks like they're thinking about going on this tower. And they have smoked up here. They're thinking about going on Sniper. It looks like they're not going to find him here. But they could wrap around. They know that there are dire heroes over here. And smoke's going to pop. They're going to go right past... Oh, man. Turning around on the Tidehunter. Tidehunter does have ultimate available. Stuns are coming out. Gonna zoom out here. Yours truly's gonna fall to the Mana Void. Pop still going forward here. Still throwing out. Here comes the Ravage. Ravage. Is it gonna be enough to take out the Dazzle? No, Dazzle's gonna be able to shallow grab himself and get out here. Looks like Slider in a little bit of trouble as well.
Oh my God.
And Sniper's just popping shots off. They're gonna back off here. Consider that a win. Considering they Oh, Diaspora actually got the kill with the Poison Touch. Is gonna TP out. They're all gonna TP out here, except for poor Slider, who does not have a TP, but he does have a Blink Dagger, so he will be able to move out as well. Is it time? It's time! We see a Rapier on Medusa! Oh my gosh, this is either gonna be so good or incredibly bad. They don't have any heroes that will ensure that Medusa will stay alive, which is a little scary. I mean, they do have the swap, but if that gets over to the anti-mage, they're so screwed. Oh my goodness. Recipe for the headdress has been dropped somewhere? That's interesting. We do have the full BKB now, but that's not gonna save poor Quap from the right click of Medusa. And Tom Zero is able to take down the bottom tower. They're looking at... Oh boy, Vanadium! Vanadium is gonna find out she has a Rapier here. He's gonna be able to clean up yours truly though. And he's gonna run away. He's gonna know now that she has a Rapier, and he's gonna tell his team, we need to do something about this. I want that Rapier. They are gonna go ahead and ult on, looks like a Dazzle Illusion. Man, I am excited to see what happens with this Rapier. I am so nervous for yellow Mellow Jello right now. Sniper looks like he's gonna be picking up a Blink Dagger here. Not sure that's a great choice on him, just because of the fact that Shadow Strike is a DOT. Also, they have Poison Touch. But I mean, I guess they're thinking they're gonna just try their best to move him around for positioning purposes. And looks like Tidehunter's getting close to Blink Dagger as well. And they're gonna smoke up. Now this is gonna be really interesting. If they can find Medusa, and Medusa again is very difficult to kill considering the fact that she does have her ultimate. But if they can kill her and take that Rapier... Oh my goodness. They're gonna find Yours Truly though. Yours Truly turning around, gonna throw out the stun. Daihai immediately gonna throw out Shadow Strike. There's gonna be the Yarmorant. There's the Quap ulti coming out. It's gonna get stunned over by Somewhat Sensible though. Immediately gonna get slammed. Butt slammed here. And they're turning away. BKB coming out from Daihai here. They're gonna turn on Press the Pig. Press the Pig. Yours Truly probably gonna fall here. Yeah, Poison Touch is on him. And they're looking at that Medusa. Medusa's out of mana. There comes the butt stomp coming out from the Slider. They're gonna go after that Rapier. Oh my goodness, Medusa's better run! Sniper being able to take down, gonna throw out the Shallow Grave over on DX Penguin. Vanadium still going forward here. They know that the Rapier is there, and they're just not able to grab it yet. Vanadium coming forward. Again, Sniper though, just staying out of reach. Oh my goodness, that was almost a disaster.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
DX Penguin, man, is lucky to be alive. Diaspora coming out with that perfect Shallow Grave. And Daihai gonna back up, go get some more mana again. And it looks like Anti-Mage is gonna be going for BKB now too. And now the whole team is gonna be rolling with the Medusa, it looks like, to protect her because she does have that Rapier. Looks like she's thinking about going BKB next as well, as extra protection. Oh my goodness. This game. And they do have another smoke, so I'm wondering if they're thinking about going again. They do have Quap ulti is going to be up in about 30 seconds. And there's a million pings coming out from Die High. They're gonna go for another smoke, and I think they really want that rapier. They don't want Medusa getting any bigger while having a rapier. And again, they don't have AM here, and they're really trying to protect her. And AM's gonna come top too. Oh my goodness. Yeah, are they gonna run to Medusa, or are they gonna run into the rest of the team? Because Medusa's trailing behind here right now. They're looking for her. Oh man, and she's just sitting here in the jungle. Her team's not there. They could easily take this. If they see her, they're gonna come out with the bus stop immediately, coming out with nukes, also followed by the weave, taking away all of her mana. Die High going for it. She's gonna throw out her ultimate. They're sitting up the rapier! They're able to take her down! Oh my goodness, who's picked up the rapier? And it's gonna be Slider picking up the rapier. Vanadium's just doing business, gonna throw out the BKB, just picked up the BKB. You're truly in trouble. Somewhat sensible, running for his life. So is this. Oh my gosh, Tidehunter's gonna fall, and that's a full team wipe. They dropped the rapier on top of that. Oh my gosh, now Slardar has a rapier. Would have been nice to see on the anti-mage, but this is a pretty nice treat for him, huh? DX Penguin Man going from having pretty much nothing to all of a sudden having everything in that last fight. So now he needs to be careful not to drop the rapier. They're easily taking that tower. Lion also picked himself up a blink dagger at this point. They have another smoke too. Man, if I was DX Penguin Man, I'd be so happy right now. And they're just gonna make their way casually out of the jungle. I wanna see, let's see. Wow, look at that swing now on the Experiencer and Graph. Everything's going for Snacker's way right now. Man, I'm so excited to see what you guys say in chat when we reach that point of the cast. And right now, Vanadium is just sitting quite highly. Net worth, top of the net worth. Followed closely by Slardar. Divine Rapier has been fallen though! They took it back! Oh my gosh! Who took it? And Tidehunter has the Rapier. What is this? Rapier gaming, man. Well, I guess for Snackers, it's a good thing that, it's just the Tidehunter who took it. Could have been way worse. Could have gone back to Medusa. Could have gone back to the Sniper. And it looks like they're just going to go ahead and Roche here. And I'm wondering if Vanadium's thinking about blinking and going for it. They do have a ward over here. But they're chopping down Roche really, really quickly. I'm going to be interested to see if they dive in. Isn't gonna dive and immediately gets picked up by Sniper. And they're gonna back off. Wait for Tide to get his blink dagger here. And look at how much gold this AM has saved up. Wondering if he's gonna go for a butterfly, if he's gonna go for Bastion next. I mean, a Basher might be good to have the Abyssal. That's a lot. And he's sitting 7-0 and 2 on top of that. Wow. Meanwhile, Slardar has got himself a Blade Mail since he will be the one who will be jumping in and taking most of the hits right off the bat. So now, do they know who's taking the Rapier over here on Snackers? Because if they do, they're going to want to target Tidehunter. And they're going for bottom tower here. I'm gonna see a TP, immediately gonna cancel it. And they're gonna move their way mid. Looking over at the Sniper here. Sniper could be easily jumped upon here. And we do have Die High coming forward, looking at it. Sniper is gonna blink away, and they're gonna try to go now for this tower. Vanadium taking a couple shots here. at a team fight. They're gonna keep that Tidehunter as far back as possible. That's a pretty scary thing, having Tidehunter be the one who's got the rapier, considering he's the one who's gonna have to go in and initiate. And he's gonna get blown up. And they are gonna see Medusa immediately, and they're gonna back off here. They don't really want to fight, although the Slider didn't get forward, wasn't able to go and throw the stomp down. Oh, immediately getting a multicast. There's the Lion ulti coming forward, kicking out the Vengeful Spirit. And they're gonna retreat. Look at that drop in net worth after the rapier gets lost. Oh my goodness. You do have a regen rune over on the pop, which is pretty nice. Back on cooldown. And they're gonna be going for this mid tower, and they are gonna say, let's go defend. Medusa does have the BKB now. Interesting that she picks that up. Understandable, but also not a very common item that you see on Medusas. Trap coming out is going to spot out Die High and press Pig. And Vanadium feeling pretty good right now, sitting on a ton of gold. What is he going to go buy over there?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
We're gonna see a Sacred Relic. Are they gonna go for a Rapier as well now? Oh my goodness. What is this game? I feel like I'm watching a Hot Singles in Your Area game. Just for all the ridiculousness that's coming out here. And unexpected purchases. And Quap's got quite a bit saved up here too. I'm wondering if she's going to be going for that Yules. We're going to see Tom Zero and Yes Julie start moving through the jungle though. It's going to get spotted out here by Die High. Going to be able to move out here. And Darkling, they're looking at going for this tower perhaps. They do have Aegis. Aegis is going to get reclaimed very shortly though. If it hasn't already. Yeah, there it is. And Smoke's coming out. We've got Mana Boost over on Dazzle now. Something's coming to AM. It's the Abyssal Blade. Okay. That makes me feel way better. And that Abyssal Blade is going to come in very, very handy. If you can get forward, go ahead on the sniper. Take him out quickly. It looks like he's going to be going MKB over here on the sniper as well. He's sitting at level 16. They're moving down towards this bottom tower. There might be a little bit of skirmish in the middle though. And Tidehunter is top, so they do not have Tidehunter for this fight if they want to go. There's going to be the smoke. And immediately Diggs Penguin coming in here, trying to butt stop, throwing out that oh man, look at that blade mail doing so much damage. You're still in a little bit of trouble. Die High going forward, does have the big BKB coming out, and that's going to clean it up here. They're hitting Medusa. Medusa is just losing everything here. Going to be able to clean him up. Tom Zero also in trouble. He's going to get blown up as well. And the only person that's still alive is Tidehunter with the Divine Rapier. That was a really bad idea to go in for a fight, I think, without Tidehunter. They kind of really need that ult. But I think they're also very nervous that he's going to drop the Rapier. And they're going to be able to take this tower easy. Except for that one little creep. Seeing Guardian Greaves come out for Tidehunter, at least. So he's got those boots. He can feel good about the boots. And now they know also that Vanadium has himself a Abyssal Blade. And that's just gonna blow up Medusa. And Anti-Mage's still sitting at about 4k gold here. They're trying to come forward here, trying to do something. Running around, Tidehunter throwing out a Gush. He does have Ravage available, but I don't think he wants to go into this until the rest of his team is up. It's too scary, I think. They've deployed Manta Illusions over here. Tom Zero coming forward, just trying to take out some. Here comes the Ravage. Ravage is going to come forward. Immediately Die High is going to go ahead, throw out the BKB. They need to be careful. Vanadium's in a lot of trouble. The Vanadium is going to fall. That's, oh man. That Stone Gate is doing so much work. Dazzle's gonna fall as well. DX Penguin Man is gonna fall as well. And that's 3 heroes down over here. Oh no, Press the Pig might be in a lot of trouble too! Press the Pig's gonna fall. So Daihai's the only one who gets out here. Did pop a BKB. And that Medusa ult. I think it really comes down to whoever can go ahead and initiate first, honestly. Having that Tidehunter ult though was so good as well. And it looks like they'll be able to easily take this tower. And poor Medusa only has... she's got Aquila phase and BKB because she went for that rapier first. So she looks like the poorest Medusa in the world, honestly. We are going to see a Daedalus coming out here for the sniper. And we do see other teammates up at this point. Press the Pig has a Glimmer Cape now. I don't think I saw that in the last fight. Press the Pig going right for it, immediately getting butt stomped over by DX Penguin. They're coming forward here, they're ready to fight. Medusa does have her BKB pop. They're still going on Tom Zero though, trying to close the gap. Gonna be able to take out the Ogre Magi. Going forward again, taking out Tom Zero, going on yours truly. Medusa's gonna be able to just TP out. And they still have the rapier, but they are just running up mid and they really want to catch him. Oh my goodness. Daihai. Really anxious to catch Tidehunter. Tidehunter's like, nope, nope, I'm out. They're gonna run right past Creeps. Buyback's coming out. Oh, Tidehunter needs to be careful. He came really close. And immediately everyone's gonna buy back. Come out. That's a great force of buyback here. They're just gonna move out of the way. Now, what does... I say that, you know, AM's probably going to want to go Butterfly considering that the sniper decided to go for a Daedalus. And we do have a completed scythe over here, over on Daihai. Medusa... I'm not sure what she's going for now. Is she gonna try to go for another rapier? I mean, she's sitting on a good chunk of change here. And I think they're looking to smoke. They're gonna go ahead and they're gonna smoke over into the Radiant jungle here. And they know... Yep, there's a pop. Do they think it's the real Quap though? Do they pop? No, they realize because it didn't pop smoke. So they're going through the jungle here. They do have a ward. They are going to realize that there's no one here. Everyone's sitting in base. It's kind of a waste of smoke, kind of a waste of time as well. And we do see that yours truly is going to have the smoke break. Immediately sees the Quap. Quap's going to go and get gone on. Gonna BKB, Shallow Grave coming out, trying to go and just get some damage down. Quap needs to get out of here though, especially because they've got that ultimate coming up. Press the Pig's in a little bit of trouble here. Yours truly is almost gonna fall though, is able to clean up. No, the ult is down. DX Penguin Man, how is he still alive? Ravage is gonna come out here. Oh, they need to go after that Tidehunter. Immediately gonna go after Tide. Get a couple bashes off. They want that rapier. Tide is so afraid right now. I'd be so terrified if I were him. Doesn't not have the blink available because they just keep throwing damage onto him. And that's gonna be a rapier on the ground going to the anti-mage. Disaster. And that was a team wipe on top of that. Oh my goodness. That was a disaster letting him get that. And immediately, AM going bottom using those Manta Illusions. Look how much damage he is outputting right now. That's gotta be GG, because they had a whole bunch of buybacks that last game, and they're gonna Megas them right now. Look at the supports, they're trying so hard with these range creeps to go ahead and take that tower. Vanadium coming top now. They do put out the fort here. They are gonna have Sniper and Medusa coming up very quickly, but I really think this is GG. They're gonna be, yeah, there's gonna be Megas. Be interesting to see if they stay or if they... No, they're gonna leave. And if I were them, I would get an Aegis over onto the anti-mage. And then just finish the game. There's an Invis rune available for Die High as well. That's pretty nice. And Roche is up. They could go for Roshan if they'd like. Tidehunter ultimate is not up. They're gonna make short change of this real easily. Yeah, look how fast Roche is gonna fall. And, yep. We're gonna see the Slardar pick it up. I don't like that. But I guess he's just kind of depending on the fact that he's gonna go in immediately, blow up, and come back to life again. BKB on the Medusa is getting popped. What? That is a definite win for Team Snackers. And they're all grouped together here. I'm wondering if they're gonna start. Yeah, that has thinking about it. Thinking about maybe getting a pick on the sniper up here, maybe? Oh, and there goes the Dingos. They're going in right now. Someone sensible is gonna fall immediately. Yellow is gonna fall. But man, oh my gosh, they're cleaning him up. This Tidehunter is gonna be dead. Tom Zero is gonna be dead as well. That's a GG call. Well played by Team Snackers. That Medusa Rapier, first item. Maybe not the best considering they didn't have a lot of heroes to keep her alive, but was very entertaining to watch nevertheless. Alright guys, that is game 1 going to Team Snackers. We will have game 2 in just a short bit, so stick around. Should be a lot of fun. Alright guys, welcome back. This is game 2 of Dingos of Cedar versus Team Snackers. First game went in favor of Snackers. I am joined with Dad Stats now too, so this should be a really fun game, especially after the first one. We're going to see immediately that the OD and the Invoker are getting banned, and I should hope that the DP gets picked out immediately as well. You do not want to let Die High get Death Prophet. There's the Death Prophet ban right there. I'll be interested to see if they decide to try to take out Die High's Quap again, because it gave them a lot of problems. Part of that could be, though, that they did place a sniper mid against a Quap, which can be a lot of problems for poor Sniper, because she can close the gap so quickly. Gonna see the Shaker picked up first here. Be interested to see if that's a roaming Shaker, a support in the safe lane, or if it's going to be an off-lane Shaker. And there's going to be the Quap immediately picked up. We're also going to see the Vengeful Spirit pick up as well. I'm guessing that the Vengeful Spirit will be Diaspora on that. Obviously, Die High will be playing Quap. And honestly, Dingos of Cedar are kind of screwed either way, because if they had banned the Queen of Pain right off the bat, then they would have been able to get the Death Prophet, and then vice versa, so they're kind of in an unenviable position in terms of taking out mids.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
And we're gonna see Crystal Maiden pick up here.
Dire team ban.
Definitely very good lane support, especially the fact that she's a great support with the Arcane Aura, giving off a little bit extra mana if they decide to go with something like a Bristleback or really any hero that's mana dependent.
10 seconds remaining.
Also, let's face it, I'm just super
5 seconds remaining.
super into Crystal Maiden. I play a lot of Crystal Maiden. I think she's a great hero. But I also do really stupid things with her, so. We're gonna see the Sven taken out here. I don't think that would have been something that they would have picked up, necessarily, but is a good ban nevertheless. Would have been a good pickup, actually, for Dingos of Cedar to do Crystal Maiden Sven lane, just because that extra mana regen is very helpful. And the double stun as well. We're immediately seeing the Viper taken out here. Die High does not want to deal with any Viper in mid. Can't say I blame him.
10 seconds remaining.
See the Spectre ban out too. They really do not like Spectre over on Dingos of Cedar. I'm not sure why they keep banning it out. I mean, Spectre is fairly strong this patch, but I don't think Vanadium usually runs a Spectre. And there's going to be an Oracle ban out too. It is always fun to watch people play Oracle and then watch as they accidentally kill their teammates. I like how Team Snackers has very angry females on their side so far.
10 seconds remaining.
As Ice Cream would say, this is a draft of human-like people with wings, except for Vengeful Spirit doesn't really have wings. She's got stubs of wings. I guess that counts.
Reserve time.
So now I think they'll probably pick up their off lane here. Could be wrong about that, but I think they typically like to go fairly early on that. I'd also be interested to see if they would ban out the Ancient Apparition again, or if they're going to pick up Ancient Apparition, just because they do have the Shaker, and I've been seeing a lot of this AoE sort of initiation coming out from the teams lately. Because if you land a really good snowball and then you get the Echo Slam on top of that, it's pretty ridiculous. Okay, so they're actually going to go for the Lich here. I'm doubting that they're going to put him offlane, so that'll probably be a tri-lane on bottom, or they're going to send Lich into the offlane with someone. Well, I think there should be Crystal Maiden in every game. She is awesome. Oh, a Necrophos pickup here.
Radiant team pick.
Interesting choice. His Heartstopper aura is really, really annoying, especially if you have a very squishy hero over in your safe lane. The Abaddon pickup. Oh man.
Dire team pick.
Somewhere in the world, Sky is very, very excited. And then I feel like he will be critiquing everything they do wrong with Abaddon. But mostly excited, right? And the Phantom Lance are actually going to get picked up over on Dingos' Cedar here. So we've got a lot of push here coming up from the Phantom Lancer. Kind of interesting, interesting draft coming out of Dingos' Cedar right now.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
So we've got what looks like a Necrophos. Oh, Necrolite. Dad's stats are slipping. We're gonna get sued now. So it looks like we're gonna have the Necrophos in the off lane. Probably Earthshaker Crystal Maiden protecting the Phantom Lancer top, which is pretty decent kill potential when you consider the fact that you've got that stun. You've also got the fact that it can block off a lane with the Crystal Maiden doing on the Frostbite, and then we've got nice slow coming out here with Spirit Lance from Phantom Lancer. So whoever is going in the off lane, which is Abaddon, is going to be a little bit scary, but he should be fine considering he does have a Photic Shield. And he will probably be joined with Lich as well, although Lich will have to be careful about positioning, as he is much squishier. So now what do we see for a hard carry over here on Snackers? They are going to ban out the Slark.
Radiant team pick.
I like the color gradient coming out here with the, you know, warmer purple with the quap going all the way to the cooler. Darkish bluish purple. Probably not on purpose. I saw that in Bob Ross too. CBR did something similar with their heroes, the way that they arranged them. Which I thought was fitting considering, you know, crazy Bob Ross. Gyrocopter is still in the pool.
5 seconds remaining.
Yep, there's a Gyrocopter pickup. That's what I thought they were going to be going for. Pretty nice draft over here on Snackers. I'm liking this a lot. Not quite as strong as a draft over here on Dingos' Cedar, although their last pick, you know, it might just tie it all together. They still do need a mid. So what do you go here? I feel like they need more right click.
5 seconds remaining.
Actually, Bassie, I want to be IO, but...
Reserve time.
Do we see... I mean, they could build a right-click Lina here, and go more of a core Lina. I'm not sure that's really the best idea, considering what they're going up against. They could throw a Razor out. I'm not sure what Dingos' Cedar want to grab here. And I don't think Dingos' Cedar know exactly what they want either. Maybe a Wind Ranger? Just to deal with the Quap, keeping her distance sort of thing. And that would give them more right click. They're gonna go Bristleback here. Interesting. Okay, so that's gonna be an offlane Bristleback. Necrophos mid? Maybe? I don't know. This is weird. I'm not sure, guys. Alright, anyways, for those of you joining us, welcome. This is game 2 of Snackers versus Dingos of Cedar. First game went in favor of the Snackers. Over here on the Dire side, we have Dingos of Cedar. We've got yours truly going to be playing that Crystal Maiden. We've got Darkling Thrush playing our PL. Tom Zero is going to be playing our Bristleback. Yellow Mellow will be playing our Necrophos. And Somewhat Sensible will be playing our Earthshaker. And I'm thinking that this Tom Zero here is going to be going up against the Quap, which is going to be an interesting matchup. Over here on Radiant, we have Vanadium, who's going to be playing our Farming Gyrocopter. Diaspora will be playing our Vengeful Spirit. We have Die-High, of course, playing our Quap, just like the last game. Press the Pig will be playing the Lich. And DX Penguin Man will be playing our Abaddon, and I love the helm on this Abaddon. Very nice here. And we're gonna see a scuffle for top rune, probably? And we're gonna see Quap starting with that double mango build. Interesting to see how this matchup goes with the Bristleback and the Quap here. Just because Quap is very squishy if he can lay a couple layers of snot and goo onto her. But she does have that range advantage, and the fact that, you know, she does have a DOT. First time. Oh, Die-High's really wanting that rune. It looks like he's not going to be able to secure it. Really trying, though, anyways. Does have that blink and a blink away, taking out a fair amount of damage. Bottom lane, Vanadium is going to be able to pick up that bounty rune. And they're going to spot out Yellow Mellow here. Yellow Mellow needs to be careful. They do have the stun available. They have Gyrocopter just doing so much damage early, and it's on such a low cooldown. They're probably going to be able to get first blood here. What is happening over there? They're just running around in circles. Oh my goodness. Yellow Mellow giving them the jukes. That's going to probably be first blood, yes. First blood's going to get taken down by Vanadium after a valiant effort of juking around in the trees coming out from Yellow Mellow. Already seeing some action up here too. Oh, Somewhat Sensible in a little bit of trouble here. Oh, they're going to be able to clean up the Earthshaker as well. Snacker's off to a really strong start here. And that's going to help them out quite a bit. Meanwhile, in mid, Bristleback's going to have a bit of a trouble here dealing with the Quap. Quap getting... Oh my gosh, the Korean voice. She's so, like, scary villain sounding. It reminds me of Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon villains have those weird kind of laughs here. And they're pulling over to the side down here. Vanadium currently leading in last hits already, sitting 6-1, followed shortly by the Bristleback. And Die-High getting pulled quite a bit. Does have a stick though. Has thought about that this could be a possibility for the matchup mid. And just slowly chipping down on this Bristleback. Looks like Necro. Yellow Mellow gonna be able to go bottom, get himself an illusion rune. Die-High's not quite there to his bottle yet anyways, so... Not a huge deal to miss out on rune, especially because it's not a bounty rune, and it is going to take away some of the experience here from Necro, since he took the time to go there. Oh man, I missed it. The Crystal Maiden actually was killed top. Yikes. Sorry guys. I was reading chat. It looks like Somewhat Sensible's trying to come around here. Gonna look for a fissure possibly. Sort of cut him off. They do fill him out already though. Press the Pick throwing out some harass. They have the shield up. Do have a mango over here on the Abaddon as well. Interesting, I didn't realize that. Meanwhile, Quap getting a lot of harass here from Tom Zero here. Does have a stick so she can pop charges if need be. And Bristleback's actually starting with 2 rings of regen. I'm not familiar with this build. And there's a lot of pinging going on over here on the side of the Gyrocopter. Maybe they're trying to say that, you know, there's a ward over there possibly? And Die-High putting out a lot of damage here. Still does have the stick charges and does have the bottle now as well. And Tom Zero is sitting fairly low here. Be interesting to see if they're gonna try to bait with using just a really low health Quap here and then popping the stick charges. In top lane, this PL is having a really difficult time. Abaddon actually sitting at 15-2, whereas the PL is sitting at 9-0. And Daiha's making his way top, gonna try to refill his bottle here. Still has all the stick charges as well. And has an invisibility rune. This could go very well for her. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Tom Zero getting... Oh, here comes Daiha. Daiha's throwing out all the harass here. Still has the blink available. Does have the stick charges as well. Tom Zero. Ooh, he might have to go back home. He's looking not so good over there. Poor Bristleback. Meanwhile, top lane trying to go over here onto the PL. PL's so low here. If DX Penguin Man can go on him. Oh, it's almost going to be able to take him out. Does have the stick charge. Throwing his shield on. Maybe going after Somewhat Sensible here. Somewhat Sensible. Oh, he might be able to stick charge. Oh, he's going to be able to deny himself. Nicely played from the Abaddon. Meanwhile, Quap's going to go bottom, find herself a nice bounty ring. And she's almost hit 6, so that's going to give her a 6 right there. Now they can contemplating going on this guy? No, looks like she's just going to go back mid. Maybe hoping that the Bristleback was sticking around considering he's so low, but he is going to move backwards. Meanwhile, bot lane, they are going to see Yellow Mellows trying to go over. Diaspora is going to throw out a couple last clicks here. And Bristleback is back in mid, and he's full health. Immediately going to take a lot of harass from the Quap. And Quap does have her ultimate available. I think she's just going to try to chip away a little bit more at him. Having out the Mango here. And top lane, Yellow Mellow is going to have fallen. And they're able to clean up the Bristleback in mid as well. Missed the kill bottom, but I got the kill mid. Immediately gonna have Somewhat Sensible coming in rotating here. And there's gonna be a bounty rune bottom, and there's a double damage rune top. In top lane, this PL is having so much trouble here dealing with the Abaddon and the Lich combo. This could be the first game where they make this work. Considering that he is now, Abaddon sitting at 23-5, and poor PL's only sitting at 12. And I think Shaker just trying to get some levels here. They are going to see that there's a big stack. It's been pulled now. Diaspora getting some experience based off of that. And Bristleback's actually going to come bottom and see if they can go on. Yellow Mellow, ooh, Yellow Mellow's throwing out a lot of damage. Here comes the call down. He's turning around on Diaspora. Oh no! Diaspora is going to be able to just kite him here. That one last nuke. Is that going to be enough? Necrophos is going to fall. Diaspora is going to fall as well. After the fact, though. And now, Bristleback came bottom. He sees that there's a stack. He wants it. But he needs to be very careful here. Top lane. They found the Crystal Maiden. They're going to throw out the slow onto her. She's so slow. She does have boots. Does have a frostbite here. But I think she's going to fall. Yeah, she's going to fall. Daiha's going to come zipping in as well. And they're going to be able to find out that there is a double damage rune, I think. Which is very beneficial for Daiha here. And now I'm wondering if she's going to try to go on this Earthshaker, who's only level 4. Immediately going to pop the double damage. Yeah, she's going to go on Earthshaker. Click him down, throw the fissure out. Still going after him, is going to be able to clean up. And that's 2-0 Daiha currently. Bottom lane, Vanadium's a little bit low here. Needs to be careful. Necrophos is sitting at level 5, not quite level 6, but this Bristleback is sitting at level 7 and will be more than happy to try to dive. Although I do think he will get punished for it. Crystal Maiden is bottom as well now. Yours truly does not have any wards, just looking to see if she can find the Vengeful Spirit, probably. See if she can catch her out, set up something. And Vanadium is back up to full health here. Throwing out the stun over onto the Bristleback. I'm not sure they're really going to go on it, just maybe a little harass, maybe scare him a bit.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Diaspora. My bad. And again, we see just 3 of them all hanging out bottom here. They really want to make something happen. And immediately, Diaspora is gonna go ahead. She's gonna get frozen, but she's gonna back off here. And she does have a Clarity available. We're gonna see someone else TP. It's gonna be Daihai coming down here. They're gonna back off. See Bristleback go mid again. Looks like he's gonna be going for that, Foot of Defiance. So right now, all 3 cores of Snackers are sitting at the top of net worth. And they're gonna try to go on Yellow Mellow here. Yellow Mellow here in a lot of trouble. They're gonna be able to clean up. And that's gonna be another kill for Divinadium. Now sitting at 4-0. Pop's sitting at 2-0. He's sitting at 4-0. And I believe Abaddon. Oh man, Lich diving behind the tower is gonna be able to steer a kill on Phantom Lancer. And Lich is sitting at 3-0. This is looking not so good now for Team Dingos. They've lost every lane at this point. There's a solo Crystal Maiden down here. She needs to be very, very careful. Vengeful Spirit decides that she wants to come forward, and they're stacking up the jungle, taking good care of it for their Gyrocopter, and the Vengeful Spirit will be able to find the Bounty Rune bottom. And Crystal Maiden is only level 4. Yeah, currently the lone soul in general. Okay, here comes the call down. Fallen's gonna come out. Vanadium, they're throwing out the stun. Would be able to go on Darkling Thresher, or maybe be able to do it. Oh my gosh, Vanadium! Vanadium's trying so hard. He's gonna be able to clean up, and he is gonna be still alive thanks to that that Morbid Mask there. Daihai going for it, thinking about going for it. Not gonna be able to dive the tower though. Wow, they almost took out Gyrocopter. That was a very close call. They would have gotten paid for that too, considering he's sitting at 5-0. And Daihai throwing forward. A little bit of harass here. Meanwhile, mid, Bristleback.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Looks like they're gonna go on this Bristleback here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He is gonna find the haste room top though, so he will be able to excuse any sort of
Dire's top tower is fallen.
escape rather, any sort of gank coming towards him. Looks like they're gonna just move back though. They've taken the tower. Looks like we're gonna be seeing a Vlad's over here on the Abaddon as well. Probably just stacking auras. And Crystal Maiden still hanging out down here. Does see all of these stacks. There are a lot of stacks, man. They're trying to take them. And they're fairly successful so far on taking that one stack over there. Diaspora throwing forward that that stun, and that's gonna be easy kill for the Gyrocopter. And we're seeing DX Penguin Man coming bottom now. It looks like they're going, he's just going to be taking Gyrocopter's farm, clearly. We have a Sanj completed over on Gyrocopter, and they're just going to go ahead and take this tower, and there's really nothing that the Dingos can do about it. Meanwhile, Vanadium's going to TP top, looking for a kill here, trying to go on Somewhat Sensible. Is going to get fissured. And he does not have any sort of stun, so he's going to be able to get away here. Meanwhile, they weren't able to take Donham Tower quite yet. And Tom Zero's running really low on mana here. He's sitting at level 9, and Abaddon's sitting at level 7, but he does have his ultimate as well. Crystal Maiden is bottom as well. And Crystal Maiden has completed the Tranquils now. Poor Crystal Maiden. DX Penguin just trying to go after Tom Zero here. Again, still has the ultimate available. Can really just kind of run after this Bristleback with very little fear.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, Press the Pig has almost all the pieces of a mechanism.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I could have swore I just saw a buckler on him. I'm having a stroke. No, Buckler's coming out on courier. And there's gonna be a smoke, so they're thinking about pushing this tower and probably diving to get it. But it looks like everyone else has backed off, so that's gonna be an easy tower for them unless they have TPs. Meanwhile, our Phantom Lancer having just really a rough game. He's got himself a Ring of Aquila, he's got a Morbid Mass, Casual Mango, but is sitting pretty low in terms of net worth. He's sitting at 2.8. Meanwhile, they're really looking for a kill down here, but no one wants to show up, and there is a double damage rune available that the Quap might want to consider going to get. And at this time it looks like Daiha is going for the Ags first. Press the Pig is going to go ahead, go TP himself mid. Followed shortly by the Abaddon here. And Daiha is very close to that Axe here. Is going to miss the double damage rune by going top, going on Yellow Mellow. Throwing out lots of harass here, does have a full bottle. Does have stick charges. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to finish it off though. And going forward onto the Earthshaker. Man, everyone is just rotating over here. Crystal Maiden does have her level 6 now. Press the Pig does have a full mech as well. And Abaddon going a little deep here. Little balls to the wall. Really just running after yours truly. And is going to back off though. Oh boy, here comes the Lich ulti. Beautiful ulti coming out. It's going to bounce around, bounce off of other people. Daiha is going to be able to take out the Crystal Maiden using the ultimate. And DX Penguin Man is going to be able to clean up the Necrophos there. Turning around over on Tom Zero and the Earthshaker. Earthshaker does have dunk available here. The ultimate already used on DX Penguin Man. He's a little bit too balls to the wall here and it's going to back off. Interesting to note that I think Lich was in close enough proximity. He might have been able to use that mech. But I still think the Abaddon would have fallen there. And Diaspora sitting on treads this time. I prefer treads on my Vengeful Spirit unless I'm doing a lot of ganking. I like the Tranquils for the movement speed. And I think she'll probably be going for, I would say, a Medallion again. Tom Zero has finished his Hood of Defiance here. Looks like we're seeing a TP. There's a rotation coming up. Looks like Quap's gonna try. They do not have any stun though. Meanwhile, Crystal Maiden is smoked up. She's hanging out in the jungle here. And Gyrocopter is considering going on Yellow Mellow. And Vanadium's just gonna go and just do some farming. Doesn't really need to be that aggressive considering he's sitting at 6 and 0. Meanwhile, this Phantom Lancer trying desperately to catch up here. He does have a Blade of Alacrity on him, but again, still having a lot of trouble finding space to farm. Quap has completed her Agnums at this point. And Diaspora, rather. Got my wrong pronunciation here. It'd be hard to break. Oh, there comes the stun coming out right away. There comes the call down. Trying to go on Tom Zero. Tom Zero's trying to run away here. And it's going to be... Oh, the swap coming out, though! Lich trying to slow him down. Throwing out the CM. Oh, there's going to be the Lich ulti, too. And CM's just dancing over here. And look how much farm this Gyro has. Meanwhile, Quap, thinking about going on PL. They do have the Crystal Maiden standing nearby. Crystal Maiden, oh, Daiha should turn around and go on this. Yeah, there's the Crystal Maiden trying to run through. Is going to just back off, though. The rest of the team is coming in there very quickly, though. And they are going to notice that Vengeful Spirit is coming around. They do have a ward over here. Meanwhile, on bottom, we're seeing Yellow Mellow and Somewhat Sensible trying to push down this tower here. I'm not sure what the Earthshaker's doing with the Ring of Regen. I would like to see him with a Blink Dagger.
structures are fortified.
Gonna get some snot and some goo, some bristles and things coming off from Tom Zero here, but it looks like they're all gonna be rotating top anyways just to take this tower. And it looks like they're really not even gonna try to stop it. Meanwhile, Courier is standing in the middle of... standing over here. Not sure what's going on with that. And they're gonna get top tower easy.
Tower is under attack. Top tower is fallen.
Meanwhile, in mid, Bristleback does have a pipe. No, doesn't have a pipe. That was weird. It looks like... yeah, I guess that's a... oh, it's got an active now. Oh my goodness. You can tell how often I've picked up a Hood of Defiance, right guys? Meanwhile, looks like he's gonna be going... he's got a Vitality booster here. He's trying to tank up a bit more. It's not gonna come out. DX Penguin Man just running in. No problem here. They do have Dunk available. They have Swap. Fissure. They've managed to cut off DX Penguin Man here. And they're gonna go on Yellow Mellow. Call down coming down. They're gonna probably do the Dunk right here. Someone Sensible coming forward. He's gonna fall though. They're gonna throw out the CM ulti. CM's gonna get immediately chewed up. Swap coming out over on Tom Zero. Tom Zero trying to get away here. Almost able to take him down, but I think they're just gonna go and focus on the tower as the creeps arrive.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has...
And this game is going decidedly in Snacker's favor. Look at this. Oh my goodness. And now, do they continue or do they go Roche? And we're seeing the double damage rune. This I've seen a lot of double damage rune spawning in my last couple of games that I've cast. And they're considering Roche. And the Roche is going to go down really fast here. They don't even really know that they're even doing it. Yellow Mellow just kind of trying to do some farming here. And Vanadium's going to pick up that Aegis. And he is working towards a BKB. He's getting very close to it as well. Meanwhile, Summit Sensible has decided to go for Tranquil Boots here. Would have liked to see him go more towards a Mana Boot. And they have been awesome about stacking over here on Team Snackers. I'm really impressed. Really taking good care of their core here. Making sure that he always has farm. He needs to be careful though. There is the Bristleback coming forward. There's the Earthshaker off to the side and the Necrophos nearby. But it looks like he's just going to back off. And he does have BKB completed at this point. Probably going to go home, tank up on some mana, and then come back into the fight. Meanwhile, Lich holding on to an Ogre Club in his inventory. Seeing a Vanguard over on DX Penguin. Guessing he's thinking about going for a Crimson Guard. And they're trying to converge on him. Daihai's gonna go immediately blinking and slowing him down. There's the stun. Everyone else is coming forward here. Tom Zero in a lot of trouble. They're trying to go on him, and he's gonna fall. Crystal Maiden coming forward. She needs to be really careful as well. And they just need to get some creeps and they can push this tower and easily push into base. And we are gonna see a Diffusal Blade finally come out for this poor Phantom Lancer. Top tower is gonna fall. And they're thinking about going on this Crystal Maiden, but they're just gonna go, they're gonna hit the tower. And that's an easy tower with Daihai taking the last hit. Now they still have Aegis here. And see, this is what I was concerned about with the Earthshaker having these Tranquil Boots. I mean, I know that Tranquil Boots into Silvering works. I would have liked to see the Mana Boots, though. Just to give his pool a little bit more depth. And DX Penguin Man just running right in there, no fear, has his ultimate available. taking it like a man. Crystal Maiden coming forward. Crystal Maiden immediately just falling into a pile. Somewhat sensible. Trying to come forward with this dunk. Immediately gonna dunk. BKB coming out here. Yellow Mello's gonna fall. That Scythe is gonna heal up DX Penguin Man. Throwing out a homing missile onto Darkling, but they're just gonna go and take the tower. They still have their Aegis here. Interesting that Vanadium would choose to use the BKB before he popped the Aegis, but obviously that worked for him. And Yellow Mello's falling with a small attack with the oops. Realizing he just healed up. Oh, there's the swap coming out. There's the stun. There's the armoring. Followed up. Everybody's just throwing everything over onto Tom Zero. Tom Zero's gonna fall. Darkling Thrush trying to go after Diaspora. Diaspora barely making out with the life covered with bristles and snot. And they back off here. And that's easily going to be 2 lanes, I think. Gyrocopter is gonna TP back. I'm not sure why he did that. He still has Aegis. They could have just gone over to mid tower. But, you know, he's got to keep up that GPM, I guess. And there's a full Crimson Guard over here on the Abaddon at this point. Press the Pig has a full Ags coming to him very shortly on Courier. And they're gonna go for this tower, and again, he does still have the Aegis of the Immortal. And the BKB is back up as well. But they're missing big teamfight ultis. They still have the CM ulti, but CM just gets shredded immediately by the right click, so probably not going to be of much help to them. Crystalback coming forward here, throwing out BKB is going to come up again before the Aegis pops. Here's the call down, trying to follow up on Yellow Mello, going on Yellow Mello. He's going to mech, turning around. Quap being able to take out the Earthshaker. DX Penguin taking a lot of harass. But they're going to be able to take Tom Zero down now. Tom Zero's going to be able to get out. There goes the Aegis. Scythe coming down on DX Penguin Man. Gyro back up here. Quap fighting over with it. That's a dieback coming over on the Earthshaker. Stun coming out over onto Yellow Mello. And they're going to be able to kill him as well. Die is diving deep here. Gonna go back. Gonna go hit those. Oh, that's like the feels bad man, like, stat. Stun's gonna come out onto Tom Zero. Dai's gonna go ahead, use that Scythe of Ice on him. And that's gonna be a dead Bristleback. Immediate buyback coming out from the Necrophos here. And, yeah, things are looking really grim for Dingos and Cedar here. As for buyback status, they do not have buyback on 3 of their heroes, so I think this is going to be GG if they get another kill. Diaspora in a little bit of trouble here, probably not going to be able to out of this, throwing out the stun, but just going to fall to the Phantom Lancer there. And they're just going to back off. They know that they're ahead, they know that they're doing well. This Gyrocopter is sitting at 8-0 and 10. Pretty ridiculous. Daihai sitting at 9-0 and 5. Lich sitting at 6-0 and 10. Yikes. And Lich does have his Ags now too, so next time he wants to use that. And he's going to be going for a Veil next as well. And we almost have a completed MKB over here on the Gyrocopter. In fact, he could go buy it right now if he wanted. He does have a surplus for buyback. And he's going to be able to take the stack very quickly as well. So, yep, there's going to be that piece. We'll be seeing the MKB coming out for him very, very shortly. Bristleback picked up the Soul Booster. Looks like he's thinking about going for an Octarine Core. Crystal Maiden now does have a Glimmer Cape, which will be helpful. I don't think it'll be quite enough. Excuse me. We do have a medallion on top. Look how fast Abaddon runs. It's ridiculous, I swear. And we have an Aether Lens over on Diaspora now. I like that. They have double medallion, which is kind of interesting. Unless they're going to leave one as a medallion and one as a solar crest. And they're going to go up into the jungle. They might be able to find this Tom Bristleback over here. But it looks like they're going to go over on yours truly. Are going to spot her out. Know that there's someone here. And she's going to Glimmer and just teleport herself away. Does not want anything to do with that. They do have the ward over there though, and they do realize that it's there. So they know that any enemies that were in the jungle are going to realize that they're coming for them. And they see Tom Zero over here. Look at all the damage that Nadine's doing. He's gonna TP out though, and they're just probably gonna go for the top tower here. Boots travel up on Die High. Does have the Scythe of Ice as well. The Radiant team here is really just loaded. And this poor Earthshaker still does not have a Blink Dagger, which would be really, really helpful. Yours truly is using a Clarity, I guess? I guess she still had it. Necropho's trying to get this Aghanims here. He does only have 2 pieces, though, and they don't have buyback. And Roshan will be respawning quite shortly, but it looks like they're just going to go for the uphill siege here. Grimsigar coming out. And Abaddon just running in, no fear. Throwing a lot of snot onto him, going ahead and using that golem to throw out a, golem rather. Throw out a rock stun. Here comes the Quap, going right immediately in on Mellow Yellow, going on Yours Truly as well. Yours Truly's gonna fall, Yellow Mel's gonna fall. That Lich ulti, not getting a lot of bounces here. Dunk's coming out here as well. You're trying to go over here on Die High. Die High managing to get out. Gonna go ahead. Use his bottle. Does have the Scythe available in 10. Needs to be careful here though. It's just getting chewed up. Abaddon coming forward again as well. Oh, they killed the Phantom Lancer. And now there's only 2 people up. And that's gonna be Megas. Die High going forward again, throwing out the Scythe of Ice. Trying to go on Tom Zero here. There's the swab coming out from Diaspora. Beautiful. And they're going to be able to clean up for Slovak. So now only the supports are up at this point. I think this is GG. And Press the Pig coming forward. Crystal Maiden trying to do the ulti here. Yes, Julie, let me dance. They do have a sentry though, and they're going to clean her up. And that's the GG call. So second game of the series also going to Team Snackers. Well played by both teams. So congratulations to Team Snackers. They progress onto main stage. GG to Dingos of Cedar. Well played. And that's it for this series, guys. If you would like to watch more, the royal we. I do cast more of the NotA Winter games. Those will be coming up in the future. Any future games that I'm casting, you can find them on my Twitch, which is GGMissMoxie. And thank you guys so much for watching. This was a lot of fun. Thanks to Dad Stats for his awesome stats as usual. And I'll see you guys around. Have a good night.